Yo, what's good? What's good? I don't know if we're live or not yet. This OBS thing is a little crazy. I need to set it to auto schedule and actually have something that shows that I'm live or not. But man, what's good? What's good? Welcome, my Raider Unleashed Militia family. Today we're gonna break down the youth, right? The speedster Tre Tucker and his rising targets. Will he get more than the 92 targets he got last year? We're gonna break down how he was used on a little bit of film, and then we're gonna talk about breakout candidates, right? Some guys that need to step up for this team to be competitive, right? You can't just have your starters be those guys. You have to have guys in the backup role that can come in, if somebody's hurt or somebody's tired or certain situations, certain defenses, right? You need to have backup guys in certain roles, especially on the defense when you're running dime packages, nickel packages, right? You don't want those guys coming in the nickel and dime package to drop off from, up here to be down at the basement, right? So we're gonna break it down. We're gonna talk about it. Um, but first, the question of the day is: do you think Tre Tucker or Shedrick Jackson will have the biggest breakout season? Drop your comments below, right? A lot of people are sleeping on Shedrick Jackson. I know he didn't do a whole lot last year, but the speed, the size, if anybody wants to comp to a JSN, it's got to be Shedrick Jackson, right? 6'2", 200 pounds, has the reach, has the long arms to make the contested catch, blazing fast, and a guy that can create separation, just hasn't got a lot of opportunities. But man, he's going into, I do believe, his third year in the NFL, could possibly be fourth. But some guys take longer to develop than others, especially when you're behind like guys like Jamar Chase and guys like Higgins, right? When you're behind guys like that, you're not going to see a lot of reps, even if you are that third guy or fourth guy. But we're going to talk about that, and then you know, but third year players or last year's draft, so second year players, last year's players that need to step up, that need to contribute to this team and help out. Because again, if you don't have depth, guys that can come in certain situations and mix it up and change up looks, then you're stagnant and you're just giving away everything you're doing. Teams know what you're doing, and it's kind of like last year. But we're gonna break it down. We're gonna show some of them. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Candy Angel, what's good? Bush Raider, been a minute. What's good, my brother? Good to see you. Jason Ruiz, same with you. Been a minute. Hope all is well. Tre Tucker and Jalen Naylor will probably be our best two receivers. Tre Tucker has improved every year despite bad quarterback play and offensive play calling. We're gonna break that down. We're gonna look at some offensive play calling, right? We're gonna check at some of these, and why not? Let's just get into it now, right? So let's pull some of these up. Is all right. So we're looking at the Washington Redskins. Excuse me, the Washington Commanders. I know I always do that. I'll get it right one day, but there are talks that they might go back to the original, which damn, that would help me because I can't seem to get the, you know, 20 years later, however long it's been. Squeeze myself down here a little bit. Get out the way of the film. Get out the way of the film. All right. Washington Commanders. Commanders game. Commanders. We got Tre Tucker. Why you can't see my damn cursor. Up at the top, behind Jack Best, I do believe. They're in the trips. Play's taking way longer. Snap the ball already. Jeez Louise. It's 3rd and 1 in case you don't know. Gino is I mean, on 3rd and 1, you're getting a blitz. You got to get the ball out quick. I know y'all can't see the cursor. Oh, maybe it shows up right there, but I mean, you got a guy wide open right here. He's not even looking over there. He's looking for Tre Tucker. keeps his eye on Tre Tucker, escapes pressure, and hits Tre Tucker, just constantly keeps moving, does what he needs to do in the pocket. I mean, on the field, you never see him stop and standing there waiting like we've seen so many players do, just, waiting for the ball. Like he's always coming back to the ball. Move over here more or something going on. All right, this is the next play. 2nd and 14. Tre Tucker at the top again. Smooth route, right? Smooth route, wide open. The throw obviously is a little low. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oh, all right. We're just going to look at a couple of them. We're not going to break them all down, but look at keep working. Wide open in the end zone. This was one of 3 touchdowns. Break it down again and look. He just running a little drag route, right? Nobody looking at him. Linebacker lets him go, think his ball's not coming, and wide open for the touchdown. Great catch, way to get your feet down, Tre Tucker. And this is the way Kubiak can use him, right? Kubiak uses a lot of motion, nonstop motion. It seems like every play is some kind of motion, get guys moving out. Here, they get him the ball in short yardage. I don't really like when they get the ball to Tre Tucker in short yardage, if I'm being honest with you, right? 100% honest. He's not that dude. He's not going to make a lot of guys miss. He's not, doesn't have any wiggle. But he can run routes and get open. And I don't know why they use him like this. I hate it. Even when they do handoffs in reverse, it's just not my thing. But look at right here. I mean, you got one-on-one with Dante Thornton at the bottom. At least look at that for a minute. I mean, let the man cook, right? Ball's already out. Solid blocking. I mean, you got one-on-one. You got a guy coming from behind. And he runs right into the guy. Now, I don't know if they teach this in Vegas because we've seen this from Ashton Genty, right? Over and over again. Plenty of breakdowns here and on other channels where not just Ashton Genty, it was Zamir White the year before. Madison as well, right? I don't know what it is about these guys running in to the blocks. I just don't understand it. But he's got plenty of room here to just go. Like you get the ball, just go. Go. Why are you stutter stepping, right? Just if you run through there, he's got another 10, 15 yards, maybe even a touchdown. I mean, look, you got blockers coming. Go to again and stop it right here. Oh God. Go back just a tad bit. I mean, right here. Catch the ball and go. Look what you got. I mean, man, you got a guy here, and a guy that runs a 4.3. You're at least getting to the 30-yard line, I feel, if you just hit the hole. But instead, he hesitates. Even had a DJ Glaze out in front of him blocking. So I like when they use him like this, right? On the outside. And if you look at his stats and numbers, most of Tucker's yardage came from the outside. A lot of people think that it was on the inside on the slot, but he seems to have better a lot better on the outside because you can run these drag routes, right? You can run dagger routes with him. You can run corner routes and post routes, and he's fast enough and small enough that as soon as he plants, he's 2 steps, 3 steps. The dude's almost for full speed. So here we go at the top. Another drag. I don't know why he stopped there. Let me go back and look at the pressure. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Not sure why he stops there. But man, even if you hit him there with the linebackers, you at least give him something. But yeah, you got plenty of time in the pocket. Let this thing develop. You're rushing it, right? You got one-on-one. I mean, yeah, you could do a spin move like he did and get away, but if you just keep running that all the way till the end, he's going to outrun that linebacker, and that's a big play. So another big play that got away. All right, here we go in the goal line situation. We got a trips bunch to the top, Genty in the backfield, and again, they did this play over and over and over again, and Washington couldn't stop it, right? They couldn't stop it. The linebackers, you have Bobby Wagner, who's, father time, 38 years old, 39. I don't know what he is, but I do believe he's up there in the 30s, high 30s. So you got Bobby Wagner. He's not running with Tre Tucker, bro. He's not running with Tre Tucker. So they beat this route to death. I mean, you got Ashton Genty. Golly, if you would have just hit Ashton Genty, I think he breaks that one-on-one, right? In my opinion, let me know in the comments. Do you feel like if you hit this route, Ashton Genty, when he's got a little bit of momentum, throw the ball. As soon as he looks, throw the ball. But anyways, it goes for a touchdown to Tre Tucker. Another drag route, right? He had 3 touchdowns in this game. This is the second. Did we already see one? I believe this is the second touchdown. And you're just not going to keep up with them. And if they can do this with Chip Kelly, this is game 3, right? So this is Chip Kelly's offense. If they can do this with Chip Kelly, imagine what Clint Kubiak is going to do with Tre Tucker. And now you add Jalen Naylor on top of it. You add Benson on top of it. You also add whoever else makes it, right? Dante Thornton, Shedrick Jackson, Jack Besh on top of that. This is a scary little offense, I believe. If they can just get blocking with a guy like Kirk Cousins. What is Kirk Cousins' best asset through his whole entire career? It has been those drag routes. It has been those 5-10 yard, drag routes, little slant routes, little fake outside, cut to the inside, post route after 5-10 yards, right? That's where Kirk Cousins shines. And Kubiak likes to run the same thing. We're going to show a little bit of that as well. But again, one-on-one, a lot of people say he can't be that number one guy. I mean, it looks to me like he's out there at the number one guy, right? Smoked him. Look at that stop. Look at that stop. He was still backing up. I didn't go back far enough, but look at the man. Still backing up, still backing up. Stopped on a dime. On a dime. Wide open. Good throw by Gino under pressure. If you see right here, can I zoom in on that? But yeah, if you can see Gino right there under pressure, you got Brock Bowers open. You got Thornton down here open at the bottom. There was a lot of players open for the Las Vegas Raiders. It just didn't give Gino enough time to cook. And even when they did, it still didn't seem to matter a lot. Go to the next one. All right. Spread them out a little bit, right? Get the defense spread out and let the speed cook. Now, last year, they had Thornton, they had Tucker, they had Jackson, but he was on the practice squad most of the year, right? Because they went and got guys like Tyler Lockett and brought him in late. Well, this year, they have Speedy Naylor, which is not too speedy, but man, he's in the 4.4s, right? That's fast enough in the NFL, I believe. But then you turn around and you look and you got Malik Benson, 4.3s, 4.37, I do believe. You got Dante Thornton, 4.37. You got Shedrick Jackson that's in the 4.3s. Some say 4.29, some say 4.34, 4.3 flat. I don't know, but it's blazing fast. It really doesn't matter. Two tenths of a second. I don't really think makes a difference. It's how you run your routes. It's how you set up. It's how you use leverage, right? How you get the defender backpedaling, get his hips turned, and then how you cut and break out of those routes, right? So the speed helps, especially when you catch the ball, but the size helps, right, as well. So spread them out, get these guys working. Gone. Absolutely cooked. I don't know the argument of how Tre Tucker could not be a number one. I mean, he showed it. He showed it. He's shown it and he's shown it and he's shown it. I talked about the experience that he gained with Devontae Adams in the building, with Jacoby Myers in the building, with Renfro in the building. I mean, the guy has learned from a lot of damn good receivers, and all of them are damn good route running receivers. So nice little setup, right? Boom! Fakes to the outside and is gone. You ain't keeping up with them. Absolutely smoked. Another touchdown. Raiders. All right, now let's look at this. All right, so let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think. Pretty, not a great defense over there, right? I would say not the best defense. But now I want to show how they decided to use them after Brock Bowers was injured. This, to me, frightening. This is frightening, right? So he caught 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 passes on 5 targets. And look how they decided to use Tre Tucker, right? He had 92 catches or 92 targets with 56 catches for just shy, I think 696. So 4 yards shy of 700 last year, and it could have been so much more if they would have just used him different. This is against the Kansas City Chiefs. Window. Let's just do it like that. That's good enough. I ain't messing with it. But look how they use him in Kansas City, man. This to me was the worst usage of Tre Tucker, and I don't feel like you will see any games where Clint Kubiak is trying to use him like this. We have other guys you can use like this, like Ashton Genty out of the backfield, right? Guys that can make guys miss and break tackles, and Brock Bowers. Even, Jack Bech, a little bit bigger, stronger, Michael Mayer. This is not how Tre Tucker should be used whatsoever. Now you can use his speed. I see that, but let's just look at it. Let's just look at it. Wait. All right. Try this again. Try this. Showing lines on my. All right. So here we go. We got Tuck up top. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Look how long that play took to develop, right? We're running circles at the line of scrimmage. I mean, let's look at it again. So you send them in motion, right? You send them in motion. Send them back out in motion. Now look at right here. You have Jack Bech, and I know you're not supposed to look back at the ball until you get, to your route. He's just gonna run a little 10-yard, stop route. But he doesn't look back at the ball until the last second. Geno has plenty of time to still hit him there and still pick up, big yardage, in my opinion, I thought. Let's look. He's starting to hit his break. And Geno's still just staring down Tre Tucker. He's just staring down Tre. Like, there's already guys breaking that way. They see him, his arm going back, him staring that way. Just way too long, I think, for the play to develop. And you got guys open, running the middle of the field. Man, you got to hit him, or at least wait for him to stop his break. If you're going to take that long to throw it to Tre Tucker, what's the difference between one more second or a half a second to let Jack Bech finish his route, right? I mean, look at him right here. Another second. He's already making his cut. He does pick up the first down, diving for the first down. Good play. Good play. But slow developing plays, man. This is the NFL. You don't have that long to sit back there and being sacked as much as Geno. You would think you try to get the ball out just a little bit faster. All right, here's another little route. Uh. Tre Tucker's strong as hell, bro. I think he underestimated. I'm gonna start calling him Mighty Mouse. I think his new name is Mighty Mouse. I don't know if anybody's ever called him that, but if y'all ever watched the old cartoons, Mighty Mouse, that's Tre Tucker, man. This dude has legs like tree stumps. He's strong as hell for his size. And look at him take this shot. Totally unnecessary. I mean, totally unnecessary. He's looking, Geno, throw the ball. Throw the ball. Oh. Bounces him off like a bowling pin. I think there's 3 more times they threw him the ball, and all 3 are the exact same, right? Here you run him up on the outside or on the bottom field side. Little hesitation, running back to the ball. Picks up 2 yards, 3 yards, right? Just don't understand it. You're down 31 to nothing. Throw the damn ball. Throw it down the field. What do you have to lose? Like, what are we doing running drag routes and stop routes and throwing behind the line of scrimmage when it's 2nd and 21 and we're down 31 to nothing? This is the worst damn play calling I've ever seen from any of our coaches. I mean, I don't know how it was so bad. AP was way better. I hate to say it, but Josh McDaniels was way better. At least they won 3 games. They were pretty good the first year. Second year, they just fell apart. Tre Tucker, again, nice little route. He just cooked that defender. He didn't know where to go. Totally lost. He's like, man, did I go to the running back? These guys, you got 3 guys looking at Dante Thornton. And this is what Dante Thornton brings to this team. Now, I keep saying I don't know if he's going to make the team because there's a lot of guys that I feel have chips on their shoulders and, have been around for a couple of years. Tre Tucker being one has, this is a contract year. He's got to show he's that guy so he can get a bag here or somewhere else. And then same thing with Jalen Naylor, right? Got another guy that, finally making money, getting his bag. I feel like he has a lot to prove that he can at least double those yardage, right? 400 yards. Can we at least get to 8 on, 25 more targets? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Not a great route runner. Not great when he comes to the line of scrimmage off a press man, right? I think that's his weakness. And that's why if you see a lot of Jalen Naylor film, it's always routes to the outside. But anyways, Tre Tucker, nice little route, horrible thrown ball. He had to sit down to catch it. I mean, why can't we throw these balls on the run, bro? Why is Geno not throwing guys open? I mean, right there, hit Tre Tucker, bro. Throw the ball. Throw the ball right there. Throw the ball right there. Look, you got run here. You got 3 guys. I don't know what they're running. Palms over there to the right side. They're running, Palms trying to worry about Dante Thornton, who really didn't do anything, especially by week 7. I don't know why you got 3 guys worrying about him and Tre Tucker just left all alone. But throw the ball right here. Throw the ball. Give this man a chance to catch it on the run. Look at it. If he catches it on the run, you got this man chasing. He's running right behind him. This is a touchdown. This is a touchdown play. You have Tre Tucker on a easy 10, 15-yard route. That's a touchdown if he doesn't sit down in the pocket and you just hit this man on the run. But instead, bad ball, got to stop, picks up a first down 31 to nothing. I don't think it really matters when it's that 31 to nothing. I hate to show that and, relive those memories for everybody. But damn. Damn. Oh, damn. All right. So I don't know what week Shedrick Jackson played. Let me see if I can find something on him. Nope. Man, my guy gets no love. Shedrick Jackson right here. Hold up. I'm seeing what this route is. All right, we can show that play. Killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Move the stadium over. All right, this is against the Chiefs as well. Shedrick Jackson gets in the game. Doesn't get the catch. But let's look at it anyway. Lined up on the inside. Hold up. Hold up. Wait. Messed it all up again. Right. Lined up right here. Nice little catch by Jack Besh. We're going to watch this as well. My God. Throw him the ball. Throw him the ball, Kenny Pickett. Throw him the ball. Look at this. You got Shedrick Jackson right here. This is a nice route. This is a nice route, right? He comes off the line clean. He's between both defenders in no time. And that speed shows. That speed shows, right? They're looking around. They're like, oh, it's not coming to Shedrick Jackson. Little bump. He's gone, bro. He is gone. But Kenny Pickett looking at Jack Best down here. Trying to take the easy route. You're down 31-0. 31-0. Sorry, I had to let that out. This is killing me. You're down 31-0. Now, I know he's not looking back at the ball yet. But, man, you're rolling out. You got all day over there. Look at Shedrick Jackson over here. He's like, yo, can I get the ball? You have two guys over here getting ready to hit Jack Best as soon as he gets the damn pass. As soon as he touches it, he's about to get smacked. But you got Shedrick Jackson right here. You got Dante Thornton. Ain't my shit throwing up. You got Dante Thornton wide open. Wide open. This could be a touchdown right here. I mean, if he hits him back here, look at Dante Thornton coming across here. Golly. Maybe I was wrong about Dante Thornton. I mean, look at the separation. He's got his man smoked. He don't know what the hell's going on. He's just letting him go. Why are you letting him go? There's nobody down here. There's nobody down here. He's wide open. Come out of your rollout and scan the field, man. But it seems like, you know, this is the read. This is where we're throwing to. We're down 31-0. Why even try? But this hurts right here, man. This hurts. Let me know how you feel in the comments. You got wide open Shedrick Jackson, wide open Dante Thornton, and Gino's hitting the check down. What's good, Rip It and Flip It? I see you in there. Shout out to everybody else in the building. John Lee to the own. What's good? James Purple with the Raiders. I don't know who else is in here, but I appreciate everybody. Shout out for the $2 Smack a Rizzle. Appreciate you, my nizzle. I'll get to the chats in a minute. I don't have it pulled up on OBS right now for some reason. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm looking at my phone. I apologize. But yeah, man. Look at this. Nice catch by Jack Bez. Way to backpedal. Right? Shedrick in this one too. All right, here's Shedrick in motion. Goes into a bunch. Little stop route. And they throw it to Dylan Labe? wait. Timeout. But was this the design play? Man, Gino was scared to death, bro. He was frightened last year, like a deer in the headlights, to just scan the field. I guess this wasn't Gino. This was Kenny Pickett, and he didn't get out there long. But you're down 31-0. Man, this is your chance, Kenny Pickett, to go out there and show. Look, I still deserve to play in this league, and this is what you're putting on the film. Come on, man. This is bad, bro. You're down 31-0. There are plays to be made in this game. There are plenty of plays to be made in this game. I mean, what did? Come on, am I missing something? Do y'all not see that? Can y'all see where he's looking right here? He never once looks here. Never once looks at Michael Mayer, who's like, "Yo, I know I'm not fast enough to get a touchdown, but yo, I'm getting a chunk of yardage. This is a huge play right here." Michael Mayer. I mean, throw him the damn ball. You got Shedrick Jackson stopping right here. I don't know who the hell's crossing in the middle. But if it's Bowers, that's crazy to me. And you're hitting Dylan Labe? You're hitting Dylan Labe on a check down? Oh, that was Jack Best. And Jack Best coming across the middle. Break it down again, man. Damn good route design, right? Play calling wasn't bad. I do believe Tip was gone by this game, I'm pretty sure. Or was this the game he got fired? I don't know if it was Greg Olson or not. But man, you're checking down to Dylan Labe. Come on. Come on. You could throw the ball right here. You could throw the ball right here. You looked for 2 seconds, bro. 2 seconds. It was like, okay, I got nothing. How do you see you got nothing? There's separation right here from Besh. Michael Mayer has already got separation, but he's got 2-3 yards of separation. And you just look that off, right? You just looking that off to check down the lobby. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy to me. Down 31-0. It's 31-0. Oh my goodness, bro. My goodness. G fam in the building. What's good, my brother? I appreciate you. I see you as well. Not bad blocking for Cedric. He was out there a lot more than I thought, right? They didn't throw him the damn ball, but maybe they should have. Here he is right here on the line. He knows what his job is. I don't know what the play is. Oh, it's a handoff. All right. Yeah, that's ugly. You got nowhere to go. You got nowhere to go. There's a lane right here. If you can get to it before it closes, you can't. But yeah, decent. Stays with the play, still blocking. Like Shedrick Jackson is a big dude, man. The dude has some arms. He's got good size. I feel like he's going to be a problem, right? Again, our wide receiver coach, Zach Ozani, preaches blocking. Receivers will block. His words were, quote, and I should have pulled a quote up. This team will play physical. My group will be physical. Physical. Now, we know Tre Tucker, for his size, he's not afraid to get physical. But if you look at some of the blocking from Jack Best last year, which kind of disappointed me for his size, right? It wasn't great. You look at his numbers in the run game blocking, not great. Pass game, not great as well. Do that. All right, so what's the game he had a touch? What other game did Kenny Pickett play in? Hey Siri, what game did Shedrick Jackson have a touchdown in last year? I thought I had it pulled up. But yeah, 4 catches, 56 yards, and a touchdown. Average 14 per. Well, Zach Ozani, I see him constantly. I went back through and watched some clips of camp. He's pinning Shedrick Jackson's ear a lot, and Malik Benson. I really feel like they believe they have something in these guys. But whose job are you taking? That's the big question, right? Whose job are you taking? Now, I want to look at go back. Go back. Let's go. Let's stay in the same week. Mess it up. Of course, they didn't play that week. They had to buy. Okay, well, we'll go to the next week. Week 8. No results. Wait, I don't need Cedric. 9. Results. 10. Results. 11. Which week was it? Aha! All right, Shedrick Jackson plays against the Broncos. I'm gonna change this. Hot. Into it. Into it. Into it. Everybody in the building. Quick reset. All right. All right. All right. All right. This is what I wanted. Back. Load. All right, we got Mr. Jackson. Cedric, if you're nasty. All right, what's going on here? That play was quick. Quicker than a hiccup, boy. Quicker than a hiccup. All right, let's look at Mr. Jackson over here. Against the Denver Broncos, one of the best defenses in the NFL. 24-13. It's 1st and 10 with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Let's watch this route. He's down here at the bottom. He not only smoked that corner. Who is that? That's the white boy over there, right? What's his damn name? The guy that won't let my rookie play that I thought was gonna be a star over there. But yeah, let's watch that again. It's a nice route. Nice little setup. Yeah. Take it so long to play. I don't know why it's covered up. It's pissing me off. Hey. Anyways, solid route. Had the defender, hips turned all wrong, going to the outside, nice in the middle. Man, if he can do this, if he can just do this once a game, just once a game, get clean on a route like that, that's a big difference for this Las Vegas Raiders offense, right? That's a huge difference. Let me get into some of these comments. Shout out to everybody in the building. I call him Mighty Mouse when he was drafted from Cincinnati because he did wrestling. Nice, Bush Raider. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna steal that then. I'll steal it from you. Thornton turns into a wacky inflatable tube guy with contended passes. As soon as Benson was drafted, Thornton's job was lost. You know, hey, I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. I've been on that Malik Benson train, but I feel like Shedrick Jackson is that dude you need to look out for, right? I don't know how much success rookie wide receivers have had in a Clint Kubiak system. That'll be a topic for the next time because I'm not looking it up right now. Got other things to talk about. But I don't know how much success Clint Kubiak has had with rookie wide receivers. That could be a problem as well, right? Are you willing to throw these guys the ball? Are you willing to give them the ball in big moments? Are you willing to put pressure on these guys? We will find out in the preseason. But when he does, I feel like, yeah, Shedrick Jackson could be that guy, man. Who was in the middle? Is that Thornton? Yes, that was Thornton. And when another thing, you've seen some of those routes with Thornton wide open, right? When your quarterback don't trust your wide receiver because he's been open and he's put the ball right there in his hands and he didn't come down with it, that's a problem, right? That's a problem. We've seen on what, 5 of those plays I showed where Thornton was wide open, wide open. They didn't even try to throw him the ball. They're like, no, no, sir. We are not throwing you the ball. But yeah, so he got a little burn last year, a little more than I thought. He was in a couple more games, didn't get targets, but ran decent routes and was open as well. And I'll have to go back through and watch a lot more of these, see exactly how many it was. But now I want to go to can't seem to find. I don't play either in week 14. Here we go. Hawkins probably ain't. Go with JSN. Come on, man. Okay, we're gonna go with it as system. Bullshit. Is he? All right, man. Well, since this is up here, take a look at Kirk Cousins. Let's take a little bit of Kirk Cousins plays. Just random. Just gonna go random Kirk Cousins plays. Don't know who he's throwing to. Don't know what happens on the play. Every time I change it, change the size. That fixed. Okay, that's fixed. You go up top. You need to see down and distance. Guess I'm talking to the screen. It's not. Wait, I don't know what the hell. All right, Kirk Cousins. No, it's not working, man. It's not. Of course, it's a handoff play. Of course. Well, he's good at handing ball off. Better than Gino was. Let's say that. All right, let's go through this next play. Hopefully, one of these are a damn pass play. And then we'll look at Seattle's offense. We're gonna break down JS and Cooper Cup. Man, Kirk Cousins looks slow, bro. God, he looks slow. That looks slow. Are these all run plays? Go to 0. Gonna start out just running the ball. Oh, that should have been intercepted. Golly, let's look at that again. We can't have that in Vegas, sir. Yeah, you are not allowed to do this. Damn, is it a different play? It's a different play. Not a bad throw right there. Takes a lick. I gotta go back to the last one. All right, let's look at this play from Kirk Cousins. Got trips to the top. Balls out. Something we haven't seen in in an entire year, maybe a year and a half of receivers actually having a chance to go get the ball, right? Throw the ball up, let him go get it. And he does not. He does not. But look at this pass though. I gotta point this out, man. I gotta point this out. He doesn't put a lot on this. Look at where he's throwing. Look at his body. This is a problem. This is what I've talked about with Kirk Cousins, right? And a lot of people still feel like, man, this guy is just going to come in and be the Kirk Cousins he was, Mr. Kirk Chains, right? I just don't know he still has that in him. Look at this. Look at this. Look at where he is at. Go back again. And he's on his face. Look at him throw this ball. Come on, man. You have all your weight on your front foot with your back foot off the ground. I know you're getting ready to get hit. I understand it. And you probably could have, you know, put a little bit more under it if you had another second. But he does get hit. And he just doesn't get enough on it to give the receiver a chance. The defender catches up to the ball. And it's game over. Game over. Can't watch. Shout out to everybody in the building. What else we got? Geno Smith. Why are you putting everyone through watching this again, Rebel? I know. I don't know. Because I just wanted to show some things, but we're going away from the Raiders. Don't worry. I'm not keeping that on. I just wanted to show Tre Tucker and the 7 targets against Kansas City. They were all behind the line of scrimmage. And I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous, right? Completely ridiculous. Let's get in here. I don't know why this ain't working for me. A little better. Receiving targets. Receptions. Finally. Why this damn thing ain't working? I don't know why this damn thing ain't listening. All right, so here we have the Seattle Seahawks, and let's look at just a little bit of difference in last year how players were used compared to how Clint Kubiak used players this last year in Seattle, right? Not why I don't know what the play is. I have no idea, so I can't call the routes, right? This is just random plays. I do believe they're all Cooper Cup, right? But man, stop that. Stop that right there. Man open. Man open. Man open. He's not open, but he's open. that whole field is open. I don't think I guess I showed a couple plays where it looked like everybody was open, right? But look at Cooper Cup. Look at where he gets this ball. This is what I wanted to point out. This is the main thing, right? Cooper Cup is up here. No, right here. I think he goes in motion. Not a motion play. Oh, all right. He's just at the top. But I was told, like, Seattle is not a dink and dunk team, right? Yes, they took shots down the field. Every team should take shots down the field. But your main focus is to move the chains, right? Is to set those deep balls down the field, set those plays up. Little stop right, boom. How many picks up? Look how many he picks up. How many yards is that? Can you imagine Brock Bowers actually getting the ball without 25 people already on him, right? That dude was totally offsides on that play. I don't know if y'all seen that jump. But look, it's just a little 5-yard stop route. Gets the ball out quick. Defense is scattered everywhere. They run in zone. They don't even get a chance for any of these receivers to run routes. Gets the ball out to the first target. Boom, gone. Knows where he's going with the ball. Kind of reminds me of what Indiana did with Fernando Mendoza last season. There were a lot of plays where Fernando knew where he was going with the ball before the ball was snapped, right? Now you can check out of plays, but look how many times we see him check out of plays. He ain't changing that play. Oh, this is gonna look so good in Vegas. I love Clint Kubiak. And not only Clint Kubiak, right? Clint Kubiak said, quote, I never call plays by myself. Every play I call is with everybody else's input, mainly Andrew Janoko, right? That's his boy. So you don't just have one guy calling plays. You have another guy who Clint Kubiak trusts in to say, hey, I don't think we should call that play. Let's try this one. And Kubiak respects him enough to say, hey, all right, let's try that play, right? So a lot of these are not just one guy calling plays. They're two guys calling plays, seeing the field totally different. Look at you got trips bunts to the bottom, or no, it's not trips. Yeah, that's a tight end, right? Cooper Cup, little stop, boom, gone, wide open, bro. Nobody touches him. Nobody's near him. Could you imagine this being Michael Mayer? Could you imagine this being Brock Bowers? Could you imagine this being Jack Besh, right? Cooper Cup didn't have a huge year, but he did what they needed to do when they needed him to do it, right? And it's 29-9, so not really. That's kind of average, but this is when he got the ball. They didn't use him very early. They did a lot of spread. But look at some of the other routes, right? I mean, damn, you got two guys you could hit for a touchdown right here. Now I don't know if 82 is making it to the end zone without getting smacked. Shit, man. Sorry, guys. I didn't know. I don't know if 82 is making it there, but he's on a rollout, so it's a design target, right? Rollout, which can Kirk Cousins have the speed to not slow down the timing of these routes? These receivers are fast. Even Cooper Cup, right? How many seconds is it before he gets to that? Let's see. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, balls out. Feel like it takes Kurt just a little bit longer to make that rollout, right? Does that disrupt the timing of the play? Does that give the corner who's trying to creep up and make a play? I mean, he's wide open. There's nobody there, right? But another second or half a second, and shit, it could be a tackle at the 2-yard line, right? It could be the difference in a touchdown or not. But man, you got two guys wide open on this route. And you probably could have hit the bottom as well. AJ Barner, I think, is 89, right? He's going to come open as well. So if this wasn't a wide open, a wide open touchdown, you got other options. So a lot of movement in this offense, right? I don't think people are grasping the fact that That is last play. Go one more. 15. Right? I don't think a lot of people are grasping the fact that you have to be mobile in this offense. I mean, not mobile, but you need to be quick, right? You need to be quick. Um, gotta take this. Hold up. Man, I don't know why always people want to call when I'm in the live stream. I know they got the memo. I gave them the memo. All right, so I guess after every couple videos, this damn thing wants to freeze. And I really, really wanted to show some more of these damn plays. Let's go to Seattle and the Patriots. Even targets. My bad, y'all. All right. Jeez Louise, man. Jeez Louise. It's back over where it's supposed to be. You're a piece of shit, man. Big piece of shit, man. Big piece. Damn it. I don't know why it keeps moving. I apologize. It's horrible. All right. Got Cooper Cup. I do believe on this route. I think that was nope, that's AJ Barner. My bad. A Cooper Cup wide open. Look at this down here. I mean, golly, if you just take another second, another second, half a second, that man is cooked. Let's go back and watch the play. Lots of trips to the bottom, constant movement, right? Then JSN over there. That ball should have been picked for a touchdown. AJ Barner gets away with one, right? Gets away with one. Nice movement on the offense. All right, on the other side of the field, no motion this time. Taking a deep shot. Man, these receivers helped Sam Darnold out a lot, bro. A lot. As a defense, where are your eyes going, right? Your eyes are supposed to be disciplined, right? If you're running a zone, you know who you're looking at, who's coming into your zone, where your zone is. If you're running man, you know who your man is. But man, look at all these guys. They're like, we don't know what to do, right? You got is 22 a running back? I don't know what 22 is, but let's look back at it. You got them coming back like they're running a reverse, fake the reverse, get man on man for everybody but JSN. Cooper Cup with a nice play. And I keep showing these Cooper Cup plays because I feel like this is what Jack Besh, Jalen Naylor is going to be asked to run, right? Shedrick Jackson, if he makes the team, are going to be asked to kind of be that Cooper Cup guy, right? I feel like Tre Tucker is definitely going to be that number one. I really do. Like I know Jalen Naylor's making more money, but Tre Tucker's in a contract year, and I feel like Tre Tucker wants to prove not only to himself, not only to the nation, but to the NFL that he deserves to be, you know, at least minimum number 2 wide receiver. Some people think he's a number 3, but man, the routes that he runs, the separation that he has, the speed, he could have a way bigger year than he had last year with less targets, with a lot less targets, right? Man, guys, wide open, dude. Wide open. Just nonstop, wide open. All right, you got 2x1. Look at the blocking, dude. Look at the blocking. There is no pressure. There's nobody near him. Look at this blocking. Golly, can Rick Dennison do that for the Las Vegas Raiders? I mean, if you get pass protection like that for Kirk Cousins, for Fernando Mendoza, for Aiden O'Connell, if you give Aiden O'Connell that type of pocket, it's over. If you give that kid any amount of time, we know I can show plays day out of Aiden O'Connell not having any time to throw and making crazy throws, making plays with his feet as a statue. But if you give that man this much time to throw with his intelligence and his decisiveness, man, you could see in all his plays. A lot of people say he stares down the target, but I see the man go through his progression. He knows where he wants to go with the ball, and he's not scared to look him down and throw it there because he knows he can get it there. But if you give somebody any one of our quarterbacks this much time to throw, like he ain't worried about shit. You could throw it down here, you could throw it here. He's got his man beat. If he would just look back over there, that's a touchdown. You just throw it over, just lob it up in the air. That's an easy touchdown, right? But you got 4 options. You got 4 options. Why he took off, I don't know, because you could have threw it there to either one of those guys, right? Looks like his man slips there up on top. Oh, he completely fell down. Maybe that was design play. I don't know. I don't know. But he gets up and still beats his man. Falls down, gets up, and still was open in the end zone. I don't know why that was incomplete. I don't understand it, but all right, again, 2 guys in the backfield. How many times have we seen this from Seattle, right? If you're handing the ball off, look how many guys they got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 6 guys on the line of scrimmage. They got what? 7, 8, 9. 9 guys. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys. 8 possibly. I guess he's a little bit outside of that box. But you still got 6 guys in the box and everybody pretty much tight to the line of scrimmage. They're thinking it's a run play, right? Got a tight end in the backfield. Imagine Michael Mayer being back there. Imagine JJ Pegues getting some snaps in the backfield. Did y'all imagine JJ Pegues with Kubiak actually saying, man, how do we not use the William Refrigerator Perry in this offense to get some of these guys open in the run game? I'm using him all day. If it's me as a coach, I'm throwing to JJ Pegues. There's some design plays from JJ Pegues. I guarantee you in this offense if it's me. But in the gun again, little fake handoff, and they're going Ooh, double coverage. Sam Darnold didn't make the greatest decisions, right? It wasn't all the greatest plays from Sam Darnold. I mean, look at this again. You got JSN in motion. Oh shit, that's the next play. I didn't hit it fast enough. My bad. I'm just throwing this right here. I mean, come on, bro. It's 1st and 10. It's 1st and 10. That's a first down right there. The first down right there. Sam Darnold waiting for that last minute, trying to push the ball downfield. Almost got it intercepted. Almost got it intercepted. So man, these are some of these routes that, you know, you're gonna have guys like possibly Dante Thornton or Malik Benson or Shedrick Jackson running these routes, guys in the backfield blocking, right? The defense on a lot of these plays to me looked like they were lost. They were lost. They're like, well, who the hell are we covering? Who do we have, right? That's what we need to see in 22 is Rashid Shaheed. So they're lining their wide receivers up in the backfield then, right? They're dropping wide receivers back in the backfield. To me, if there's any wide receiver I'm dropping in the backfield, it's Shedrick Jackson. Maybe Jack Bess, right? But Jack Bess last year did not show that he could, that he was great at blocking whatsoever. And then you got some of the rookies. Block myself. But yeah, you got some of the rookies as well. This offense could be different, man. It could be different. But I don't feel like it could be different if Kirk Cousins is not mobile enough to run these plays, right? I mean, play after play after play after play. Sam Darnold is moving in the pocket. He's rolling out. He's running fake reverses. He's running play action. He's running bootlegs. I mean, and there's really not a whole lot that I'm seeing in this game so far against the Patriots that were under center. But again, quick outs, quick outs. I just watched the last 3 plays. Nothing but quick outs. Watch some of these and see what we got here. 2nd and 15. Let's pull this up. So on 2nd and 15, you know what the Raiders would do on 2nd and 15? They'd throw the ball to Tre Tucker or Brock Bowers 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage and say, "Go make a play. Go get us 3-4 yards, right? Go make a play." That's what they did. That's A.G. Barner lined up in the backfield. Y'all make up your mind. Who is it? A.J. Barner? Is it it's the other dude? We put him in as the fly sweep guy just for that purpose. Yeah, that's and if you're lining guys up there with speed, right? Like they did Shaheed Rahid, however you say his damn name, I always get it mixed up. But if you're putting guys like that with speed, I mean, you have to make the defense, right? You got corners that are having to watch guys in the backfield, and then you're running guys right by them constantly on a consistent basis. But see what we got here, a little spread offense, 2nd and 15. Another motion play. Defense moving, right? Oh, they're sending blitz. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5, 6 guys. Oh, they're sending 5. They're sending 5. They send the corner. And again, you got to, I mean, I guess it's the running back, and Kenneth Walker was not great. I mean, he has some okay catches, but he's not a guy you want to throw to out of the backfield, I guess, all the time. But damn, I'm liking this right here. I'm liking this right here. You take the check down. Golly, this right here. Touchdown! 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 He doesn't hit him. Doesn't hit him. Just needed another second. Did he have time? That's what I want to know. Where's the pressure? Because I was watching the receivers there, not the ball. All right. So I guess he didn't have time. He would have had to definitely sidestep that defender and make that play. Crazy he got that ball off. I mean, I zoom this in. Too late. Too late. But yeah, man. So those are some of the plays. I feel like Tre Tucker is gonna have the chance to have a crazy year. And this is why, right? When you have a guy like Brock Bowers who's healthy, he's going to be the focal point for defenses. That and stopping the run. Because everybody on the planet and their mother and their grandmother knows that Kubiaks run the ball. They use the pass, the run game to set up the pass, right? It's pretty much married. It's almost 50-50, 45-55, whatever you want to say, but it's pretty much even, right? That's how they run it. And if teams can stop the run, this offense goes nowhere. We're absolutely stagnant, dead in the water. We can't go nowhere. Even with Brock Bowers, even with Tre Tucker, right? The speed that we have, four guys that run in the 4-3s on this receiving core. But can they all make the big plays when the pressure is on? Can they come down with the ball when you need them to? And, tight situations and tight windows? Can they make the contested catch? Can they use the leverage to get open? And my answer is yes. My answer is yes. I feel like Tre Tucker, I believe Tre Tucker, Jack Besh, right? All these guys are good at contested catches. Even Tre Tucker, for as small as he is, hands. I said the other day, I feel like his weakness is if he doesn't have at least a yard or two separation when the ball gets to his body, he catches it a lot with his body. And a lot of people, make a play on it and knock the ball loose, but does not count as a play as a drop, right? It's counted as a deflection because the player gets his hand on the ball, gets his hand in there. But the more I watch film on him, he makes crazy plays, bro. Crazy plays for Tre Tucker. As small as he is, the separation he creates. Another play. This is an Aiden O'Connell throw right here. This is an Aiden O'Connell. This is what Aiden O'Connell loves to do, right? Stand in the pocket, little shotgun, little out route, right? Falls out on the break. I don't know if that was a catch or not. Did he catch it? Catch it? Oh, it didn't show if he caught it or not. But that's a damn good play, right? That's what we're gonna see a lot of. A lot of. Batted ball there. But man, how many guys are open on these routes, right? I don't know what defenses are gonna run on us. Because if they run a lot of zone, I feel like we just have too much speed to kill their zone, right? If you're setting up in a zone constantly against this Las Vegas Raider team, guys are gonna blow by you. They're gonna hit those, they're gonna hit those weak spots in the zone and be gone. I just feel like teams are gonna have a problem with this speed if they keep the right guys on this roster and use them in the correct way, which I don't have any question that Kubiak is gonna use them in the correct way. But man, look, you got one, two, three guys wide open, wide open. If you give the Raiders in this receiving core Jalen Naylor, Jack Besh, Tre Tucker, and you're double teaming Brock, somebody's gonna eat, right? Now I know you're not gonna have four guys on the field, but in spread, or even if you're running trips, most of the time you got four receivers, right? You got two receivers or two tight ends and a receiver, and then a receiver on the X on the outside. All right, one more random play. Hopefully, it's not a run play. Should be a Cooper Cup play, I thought. I like this too. Look where they are in the backfield, right? A lot of time we're lined up like right next to Geno Smith or behind him. Give him a little space right there. He creates more space himself. Oh, that was a bad play. The defense was hot on that one. The defense was hot on that one. I didn't skip. What did I do? All right, man. So play. I don't know what the hell happened. This thing's pissing me off. But all right, man. Read through these comments. Ready for Houston. Yes, yes, yes. A couple of those early throws could have been a disaster. No, he even admitted he didn't play that great in the. They didn't really have to play that great in the Super Bowl. Their defense totally dominated, right? And and they ran for what 150 yards. Raph in the building. Frank Weber was good. God fam. When Kubiak became OC of the Vikings, Justin Jefferson in his second year in the league. Yeah, but that was his second year, right? That's his second year. We do have some second year players, but how's he going to work with these young guys in Malik? Malik Benson, whoever else makes it, right? EJ Williams. I don't know any of those guys. Maintaining the element of surprise is a big part of Kubiak's strategy. 100%. Greg Brewer, what's good? I see you. Chris makes something like K9 was our ground game, 161 all-purpose yards in the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's a dog, bro. That's a dog in the Super Bowl. All-purpose yards. That's crazy. But yeah, man. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me on this Saturday. Was it Saturday? Saturday night. I don't even know what the hell day it is, but yeah, that's all I got. I didn't have a whole lot. Had some questions I wanted to ask. All this shit out of my way. All right, so with the wide receiver room undergoing a lot of turnovers, right? The last couple years, nobody's been consistent. It's hard to have, a solid group when you don't have that continuity with guys, when you can't line up to a guy and look over and be like, yo, I'm gonna, know what he's gonna do. I'm gonna run this route a little bit farther, or look, I got this dude going this way, I'm going the opposite way, right? Just little things like that. Um, but with the undergoing turnover, does Tre Tucker have what it takes to step up into that primary leadership role under Clint Kubiak's scheme? Let me know your thoughts and comments and answers. My answer is yes, man. I feel like this is the year for Tre Tucker, right? He's done very well every single year with bad coaching, with a bad offensive scheme, with, players that were not really NFL caliber players, nothing against them, but some of the guys that we had out there on the field, you know, is why we've been ranked so low in a lot of the rankings, right? So I believe yes. I feel like Trey is going to be our number one guy. And I think he's going to get, somewhere around the same amount of targets, but with a lot more production because I feel like the targets he gets are not going to be thrown on the ground like we've seen, right? It's not going to be um plays where he's stopping, plays where he's catching the ball 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, right? Like, and then hesitating to even go instead of catching the ball and go, right? Or plays where he's in motion and the quarterback waits till he gets to a point where he stops and waits for the ball instead of hitting them in stride and giving these guys a chance to to run after the catch. So yeah, I feel like he is. Contract projection. If Tre Tucker puts up a massive 800 to 1,000 yards this season in 2026, what kind of contract extension should the Raiders be ready to hand him in 2027? Or do you feel he's done with the Raiders? If he gets 800 to 1,000 yards, do they re-sign him? And what are you looking to pay a guy like Tre Tucker, right? You look at what Jalen Naylor's done and how much the Raiders paid him. Is it somewhere in that ballpark? I feel like it should be more. I feel like Tre Tucker, I believe Tre Tucker has had better productions than Jalen Naylor, way lesser coaching teams, worse offensive strategy, right? Um, Nobody to have to worry about, the defense to have to worry about around him, right? You're focused on basically Tre Tucker, Brock Bowers, and Ashton Genty last year, and then Bowers was hurt, so Tre Tucker, started getting a little bit of double teams as well, right? You're sending the safety over top, or you're sending a linebacker over, to the outside to just at least slow him down. But let me know let me know how you feel. Is Tre Tucker worth second contract in the NFL? Arnie Garza in the building. What's good, my brother? What's good? What's good? Um, and then the second question or the third question or whatever question it is. I'm not skipped one, but scheme fit. Kubiak loves the pre-snap motion and explosive chunk plays. How specifically do you expect Clint Kubiak to unleash Tre Tucker's 4.37 speed all over the field? I feel like it's going to be way, way more. Now, if you've seen some of the plays I showed, right? How the defenses against Seattle were kind of lost because they didn't know where to focus their eyes. They didn't know where to go. There's so many guys moving. You're sending a guy in motion. You're dropping, your X receiver or whatever. I think he was playing the X at that point, in Rashid Shaheed, right? You're dropping them in the backfield. You're making guys' eyes, you can't just focus on one thing. Your eyes are constantly moving, especially when you have guys like Cooper Kupp and JSN and what he was doing all season long, right? You have to know where those guys are at all times. So I think it caught a lot of these defenses off guard. And it made Sam Darnold look better, to be honest, right? I don't know if Sam Darnold is that Super Bowl quarterback. Yes, he won a Super Bowl. But we talked about it yesterday of, guys are mid or guys are above mid. And I'm not saying Sam Darnold is mid, but I'm not saying he's not mid. I'm not, right? Yes, he won a Super Bowl, but we've seen some of those throws, some of those timing routes, right? Clint Kubiak made Sam Darnold better. Kevin O'Connell made Sam Darnold better. The coaches before that couldn't bring out of Sam Darnold what the offensive minded coaches like O'Connell and Kubiak brought out in that quarterback. Now, can Kubiak do the same thing with Cousins, with Aiden O'Connell, or the youngster Fernando Mendoza? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. OTA standout Shedrick Jackson generated serious buzz during spring camp, lining up on both the outside and the slot. We talked about that. This offseason, was this offseason buzz for real or just typical summer hype? Let me know in the comments below, right? We heard a lot of hype from Shedrick Jackson last season. I mean, Shedrick Jackson from Dante Thornton last year. He was hyped up all through camp. Started out okay. I believe the quarterback had a lot to do with it. the pressure on the quarterback, believe, had a lot to do with it. But let me know if you feel like Shedrick Jackson is, off-season buzz real, or is it just typical summer hype? I feel like it's real, right? I talked about these coaches, what they want to do. 805, what's good? Appreciate you in the building, right? I talked about these coaches and what they want to do in their schemes, how they're constantly creating motion. Guys are always moving. You have the defenses, eyes flowing. They can't just focus on lock in on one guy, especially when guys are, crossing and dropping into the backfield. Then you're running, double fake reverses. It's like it's a lot of movement. So Kubiak is gonna scheme these guys open. But let me know how y'all feel about Shedrick Jackson. Um, with guys like Jalen Naylor, Jack Best, Dante Thornton, and rookie Malik Benson in that room, does Shedrick Jackson have to what does Shedrick Jackson need to prove in training camp to lock down a 53-man roster spot, right? You got Jalen Naylor, 1, Jack Best, 2, Dante Thornton, Malik Benson, Tre Tucker. That's probably the room, right? That's probably the room. You got one more. Is it going to be one of the guys that they brought in, like a Derek Young, right? Or does Shedrick Jackson make this roster and send one of these kids, packing like a Dante Thornton? To me, I feel like Shedrick Jackson is ahead of Dante Thornton right now. And at only 25, I feel like the upside is there, right? He's got the speed. He's only 2 inches shorter, right? Can run solid ass routes. Let me know. But what does he have to do? What do you feel like Shedrick Jackson has to do? And I know it's preseason, but if he goes out and averages a touchdown a game, or 2 or 3 big plays a game, right? Because it's preseason and he should be getting most of the reps. You're not going to use Tre Tucker a lot in the preseason. He's already the guy. Jalen Naylor, you might use him a little bit because you want to see what, he can do in this system. Tre Tucker, you still want to see what he can do in the system as well, but not as much, right? He's pretty much, you can see on film, he's going to do what he's asked to do. The rest of the guys, you need to see, right? You need to see a lot out of Jack Best. Second overall pick. We need to see what Jack Best can do in the preseason, especially when you're going against teams like Houston in the joint practice. I think that's going to be big. And there's a lot of receivers. Now, a lot of these guys are going to get reps from the second half on. But I feel like Shedrick Jackson is earning a spot where he's going to be out there with the first or second team. Maybe not the first team, but the second team. And if you're producing with the second team, you got to keep getting opportunities, in my opinion. So let me know how y'all feel about it. Let me know how y'all feel about it. If Tre Tucker is your starter, going to pay starter money. So what are you thinking for Tre Tucker then? 20, 25? 25, 30? I mean, that's about average starter money. I mean, top starter money, right? But what did I don't know. What did Jacoby Myers get? Somewhere 20, right? Around 20? I mean, I don't know. 805, what's good, my brother? Arnie Gardner says, question. Watching the development of all the first round drafted quarterbacks the last 5 years, every one of them started lots of games, if not all. Why not Mendoza? Growing pains while you start, not not like Love. Oh, like Jordan Love. I mean, it worked out pretty good for Jordan Love, right? He sat for 3 years. I just don't feel like we have a quarterback in the building unless Aiden O'Connell steps up in the preseason and ends up playing in some games. And they're like, damn, let's just let this kid play until he starts to screw up. I mean, shit, I don't know, but I feel like they already have a plan for Mendoza. If he's the best quarterback out there, the Raiders are going to have to make excuses why he's not the guy playing, right? I feel like that's the case. I really believe, like, you have to make excuses if he's out there showing that he's better than everybody. And how do you avoid that? You don't play him a lot in the preseason. Don't you have Aiden O'Connell or Kirk Cousins come out, take first team reps, maybe the first 2 or 3 trips, and then Aiden O'Connell plays till the halftime and Mendoza plays the third, and you let Jacob Clark play the fourth, right? You want to get this kid some reps in case Aiden O'Connell is not on the roster and you have to have, another quarterback. You don't want Jacob Clark not getting reps with the team, not knowing the receivers in the building, not knowing the scheme and how it works, right? Because it's a lot different in practice. In practice, like I said yesterday, these guys are going against a defense that struggled last year in the past. A bunch of new faces, a whole new defensive system that nobody knows what it's going to be with a brand new coach. And to me, if the offense isn't coming out taking advantage of that early and coming out and looking pretty damn good from the jump, to me that worries me a little bit, right? That puts a little bit of worry in me. So let me know how y'all feeling about that. Why did it just closed out? And I can answer this question, Arnie Garza. Why not Mendoza? Pretty simple. Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the voice in Raider Nation. And I've said this on this channel until I'm blue in the face. If Tom Brady says he's not ready and he's not playing this year, no matter what happens, he's not going to play this year, no matter what happens. Now, if Tom Brady feels somehow by being in a booth somewhere calling football games that he sees Mendoza's ready, which I don't see how that's going to happen, then maybe he gets on the field. But Tom Brady's not going to be in the building. Tom Brady's not going to be at practices. He's not allowed to be at practices during the season. All he could do is take Zoom calls and, have some coaches say, okay, Mendoza's doing a little bit better. But if Tom Brady is the end all be all, and if that voice of whether Mendoza starts or not, to me, he sits all year, right? Because Tom Brady's going to have maybe a little bit of film during the preseason or a little bit of practice film to look and say, yeah, okay, it looks like he's doing better. Let's start him. I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like they have a plan and they're going to stick with that plan unless that plan gets blown up. And I feel like Aiden O'Connell is plan B unless he does something crazy. And Fernando is plan C. And if you get to plan C, the season is already fucked and it really doesn't matter, right? If you're in plan C, what does it matter if he plays or not? Put the kid out there, get him his reps, get him his snaps, because by then, the shit's already hit the fan and it's a shit show like it has been every other year. And hopefully that's not the case. But man, we really just don't know at this point if that's the case or not, or what's going to be the case or not. Yeah. Got the on mini me and shit. All right, man. So that's my answer, Arnie Garza. Why not Mendoza? Look, I'll roll either way. As a Raider fan, I want to see Mendoza. I wanted to see him walk out and get his jersey, right? I wanted to see him take the podium and hug Roger Goodell. I want to see him compete and have a chance to have a damn rookie of the year in Raider Nation. It's been so damn long, but that's just me being selfish. That's just me worrying about my feelings and not this team and what's right for this team and the future of this team. If you're trying to build for the future and be consistently in the playoffs every year and compete for a playoff spot, you don't want your rookie just going out there and getting smashed and ending up like Joe Burrow and hurt his first year and only playing 7 games because of an injury, right? You want to start out like that? I don't. So make sure this offensive line is good. Make sure you have a running game. Make sure people understand the system and the system is working properly before you throw that man out to the fire, right? Now, the other teams that we're talking about, they didn't have that luxury. The team that did have that luxury was in the playoffs the second year with their rookie quarterback, the Patriots. Yes, he played during the season, but they didn't have to have him play right away. They let him take their time, develop until he started to grasp the concepts, starting to grasp defenses, when to audible, when to change plays, when to change protections, who the mic is, which way we're sending protections. There's a lot of shit to know, right? A lot to know. And sometimes for some players, it takes longer. And I feel like Mendoza, as smart as he is, it's going to take longer, but not because of his intelligence, because he wants to be perfect. He wants to know how everything works, the mechanics of it, right? Like a clock. Why does this wheel spin this wheel and spin that wheel and spin this wheel and make that wheel? He wants to know every intricacy to this offense and how to be able to, teach the players how this offensive runs and, how he wants the routes run, where he wants the receivers to be when he's throwing the ball. Those are all things you have to learn. So, you know, if he plays year one, that means he showed that he's earned the job. And you can't bitch about that, right? Even if you don't want to see him play this year. If he shows he earns the job, that's huge upside for this team, right? That's huge. That means he's developing a little bit faster than they thought. They've already thought, he was going to waste a whole year sitting on the bench, but he's moving a little faster and they changed their mind. I just think it's going to take something crazy in this season to happen for them to change their mind to play Mendoza. I said it when they drafted him. I said it before we drafted him, right? It just doesn't seem like the plan. He's got too much to learn. Go back and watch his film in college. He's got happy feet. He's not great under pressure. There's a lot of things you have to learn. Turning your back to the defense. When you turn your back to the defense, it's not what you saw when you was looking at it before you turn your back to the defense, right? They're going to disguise shit. They're going to change shit. And you come back and you're looking at a wholly different picture. You don't have time to think and process. You just got to do in the NFL. So you got to give this kid time, right? And yes, you can play him. But I watched a live earlier of, forgot what the hell it was, but not a Raider fan was saying, what does it matter if you play Kirk Cousins and win 9 games and don't make the playoffs? What's the difference between playing Fernando Mendoza and winning 5 and 6 games if you still don't make the playoffs? The difference is you have a higher pick next year. You have a way better chance of going and getting your number 1 receiver, your defensive tackle of the future. Right? You have that opportunity. So there's both sides to it, in my opinion. If you play the kid from day one and we only win 5 or 6 games, then we're setting ourselves up for the long haul. Now, you play Kirk Cousins and he wins 9 games and you don't make the playoffs, then, you could be somewhere in the 15, 16, 18 spot. If you only win 5 or 6 games, you could be in 5 or 6 spot. We don't know. I mean, a lot of these teams got better, right? How many teams are going to lose 5 games this year? We don't know. So there's both ways to look at it. And I feel like whatever they decide, I'm happy with, right? If I get to see Fernando play all year long, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Who's not going to be happy with it, right? If he sits all year long, I'm not going to be as too happy because you want to see what the kid can do and you want to throw him into the fire. You want to see how he does under pressure. You want to see how he develops, how he learns, if it's too big for him, right? Some players it is. How many players have been drafted first overall that didn't win shit? That didn't even make a playoffs. Didn't even smell a playoff game, right? The Raiders have an advantage that a lot of teams didn't. The Bears, they could have played Tyson Badgett. He played pretty good, right? They could have played Tyson Badgett. They decided to go with Caleb Williams and put him out there because he was more mobile. He had more speed. If the offensive line was bad to start out, you have a better chance of succeeding because you have a guy that can make plays off script. You have guys that can make plays getting pushed off his mark, right? You have guys that can use their legs, that can buy time. Now, can Fernando do all that? I mean, he's shown he can in certain situations, but he's also shown that he struggles with that as well, too. So it's just what It's just what you prefer, man. It's just what you prefer. If this kid is the best quarterback out there in the preseason and he's absolutely doing a way better job than Kirk Cousins and Aiden O'Connell, and he doesn't start, then yeah, it kind of looks bad. It kind of looks bad. It's like, man, why? 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 If he's already knowing, and I know preseason it's vanilla defenses, right? You're not probably disguising a whole lot of blitzes. You're not doing a whole lot of things because you have a bunch of young players that are still trying to learn your system, and you're not going to put them in spots to fail. At least you shouldn't. A lot of teams do. So it's going to be a vanilla defense, right? In my opinion, and it's not going to show a lot, in preseason. Even if you're going against the 49ers, a damn good team, right? The Houston Texans, a damn good team. Their backups are probably better than our starting unit, a lot of our starting units on offense and defense. I mean, to be honest, they have probably a lot more depth than we have, right? So going against their twos and threes, I mean, it's going to be a task. It's going to be a task. Coaches got to be careful with that. New York started Sam Darnold and jumped with no development and damn near ruined him. I mean, the Jets are known for that, right? They did that with Sam Darnold. They also did that with who's the damn quarterback I'm thinking of? Zach Wilson, right? They also did that with Zach Wilson. I mean, just look at how many teams have thrown these first round quarterbacks out there that have failed, and it's took them 4 or 5 years to overcome it. Some of them aren't even in the league anymore because it just ruined these guys. I mean, damn. Even guys like Carson Wentz, right? Came in, played his first year, took his team to the Super Bowl, got hurt, and then never even got to smell the field after that. Right? There's so many scenarios that can happen in the NFL. You just never know. But yeah, Sam Darnold's development. I mean, Peyton Manning. Do you really look? Can the Raiders afford to throw Mendoza out there and him have a season like Peyton Manning's first season? This is the most critical fan base on the planet. If he goes out there and throws 28 interceptions and 26 touchdowns in his first year, oh my gosh, bro, there will be riots all over the world. Because this fan base is worldwide. There will be riots everywhere. Everywhere. You can't afford to do that. You can't afford to do that. And do you really want to make your rookie quarterback look bad, throwing him out there if he's not ready, just to make everybody happy because he's the first round pick? Tom Brady said, once you're drafted, nobody cares where you were drafted. Nobody cares what number you were. It's all about showing what you can do. And I love the fact that the Raiders are making him earn it, right? We could do what every other team did, is just be like, all right, here, man, you're a first round pick. This job's yours. No competition, right? I feel like that's what we're doing with Kirk Cousins right now. Just giving him the job so far, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So you can do that, right? But we have the luxury of having 2 quarterbacks that can play this year. If Kirk Cousins can't make it or can't play or can't stay healthy through the season, you have Aiden O'Connell, and you don't have to force the rookie. So why force the rookie and waste what we have in the building? It just doesn't make no sense to me. Doesn't make no sense to me. Tucker will play depending on his performance this year. If he performs, it'll be cool. 3-year, $50 million. Okay, G fam. But Burrow, Lawrence, Young, Daniels, Drake May, Nix, Penix, outplayed Cousins. Wait, what? But Burrow, Lawrence, Young, Daniels, May, Williams outplayed Cousins when? Last year? Are you talking about last year? Because Trevor Lawrence struggled mightily, to say the least, his rookie year. Caleb Williams struggled his rookie year. What, they win 6 games? The average win rate of rookies starting their first year is 6 games. 6 games. Now, if y'all will be happy with 6 games, then yeah, just throw the kid out there. But if we have a chance to show this team how to win, see, this is the big part. This team doesn't know how to win, right? We had the Chicago Bears on the ropes. The game was ours, right? People say, oh, Max Crosby doesn't get a chance to show he's the beast and can close games. Well, you had one. You had one against the Chicago Bears. You had a chance to close that game out. I do believe he gave up 2 plays on that drive that put them in field goal position. You got to learn how to win as an organization. You got to learn how to close out games. You got to learn how to play with the lead, right? You can't just constantly go out there and be in those situations and get your ass whooped because they come down and drive and score in the last minute, right? This team doesn't know how to finish. They don't know how to win. They don't know what it's like to win. We won 1 game at the end of the season. The other 2 games, we won a game at the beginning of the season, at the end of the season, and we got lucky with the Tennessee Titans. A game that they didn't really have to finish. We were pretty much ahead the whole game, I believe, right? You have to have this group buy in to winning. So if Kirk Cousins gives me 7, 8, 9 wins, 10 wins, then play Kirk Cousins. Because I feel like 6 wins with a rookie, yes, it'll be better, right? It's progress. What? Why? All right, man. I gotta go. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but peace out. Something's up.